Hey guys, Alan Ballard, not a cornhole pro. Hey, wanted to give you just some personal updates and some kind of, I don't know, some personal insights into what I learned from the major that I played at in Toledo this year. I played in the same venue back in May of this year, which is 2024. So now I got into season 20. Now I'm a sponsored player with an ambassador with BW Bags, and I made myself some notes, so I'll be referencing those. But when we were there, I found that the boards were super slow and sticky, and I found that same thing back in May as well. So different time of year as well. But the BW Sparks is what I threw that I found the best to do. I did throw the Evox and Evokes as well, Evoke, and those did okay. They're a little faster, but I just couldn't get it to get to it. I'm more of a Viper type guy. I like that Viper feel, and that's what these are. These are just like the Vipers. Got the carpet, that 6.9 speed or 5.5 speed. These are a little faster. The Evokes are a little faster, but also just added these. These are the Legend L bags. These are a BG Wizard type materials. Got that herringbone carpet, and when boards are really fast, these are going to be my bags I go to. I broke them in with the Podium Potion and thrown them probably a couple thousand rounds already, and you can kind of see they're ready to go. They're fully broke in, and I kind of like them. They're all right. I gotta get used to that slower speed. You can chunk them, and these will roll as well. I've been struggling with the cut shot as well. So, all right, let's get into this. Sorry for the clickbait. Sorry, it is the dirty secrets of the major. All right, ACO 2020, season 20, 2024 was at Toledo Major. The biggest thing that I can tell you if you're going to a major is prepare. Plan for a long day. You're going to be there all day. Make sure you got good, comfortable chairs. The ones we got are the fold up, the ones that recline, that rock. That's nice. Also bring you some kind of a table. That's what we're going to do when we go to Hamilton, the Spooky Nook. Have a table, because if not, you're laying your shit on the floor. So it is what it is, you know. You just put everything on this table here. We've got a fold-up table we take for ice fishing. We're going to take that with us. But prepare for that. You need, like I said, good chairs. If you want a blanket, like my wife goes and she gets kind of cold. Sometimes I'll have the air going or whatever, but just take a little a shawl, a cover or whatever, especially in the winter times. Those places, they're a big open area, right? So make sure that you have something, and you can cover up, and you can cover your eyes and maybe take a little nap if you're into it. But also food and water, drinks, no alcohol. Never gonna say that, but bring some food, snacks. Protein bars are always good. I did peanut butter and jelly sandwiches this last time. I made up a bunch of them, took them with me. I had some stuff for good snacks. I brought cookies and things like that as well. But something to get your energy up, because you're gonna run out of gas. I'll be honest with you. The way that I'm doing it, because I'm in the seniors division as well. So the first day, Thursday, you get there. Sometimes I'll have a pre-party. In Toledo they did, and I threw a bunch of bags, and I kind of wore my arm out a little bit. My arm was like, it was jello. But I got there next morning, and that's what I'm gonna blame it on. No, I'm just kidding. But I got there next morning. My first game, I threw almost a 9, which was fantastic. I was super excited. Still got beat, but it's okay. I had a really tough draw out the gate, and he threw like a 9.5, so he just barely beat me. But I gave him a harder way to go. Next game, I kind of got it in my head, and I lost, went 0-2, and I was out. It's a double elimination straight out of the seniors. I just got to learn to run bags. That's just all there's to it. Can't be blocking. What happened to me, and I found it out as I look back at the videos that I did, is I got lazy, and I went back to my old swing, my old throw, if you will. I wasn't, I told you in my video I did, the butterfly and the 3-finger, gripping it, and I didn't. I ended up like chunking it, and it wasn't flat, it was tilted. So that's on me. I got lazy. I got quick. I got in a hurry. For some reason, I can't explain why, but mentally, I got in a hurry. And that's the other thing. That's the next point I want to bring up is mental preparation. You need to be mentally prepared for this. There's so much ambient things going on. There's music going on. There's people running around. There's hundreds of people everywhere. Just the mental stimulus that's happening. I can see why people put earbuds in, and you just have to focus and get dialed in. I went into the blind draw kind of trepidatious, if you will. I got Craig Irvin, the former king of cornhole, is who I got. And even in his first game, he threw a 3.65. But then the second game we went, I threw, what'd I throw? 8.75. And then we got beat. And he was like, man, I'm sorry. I'm like, you're king of cornhole. What the heck? And he was, he said, hey, we all blow it and whatnot. And the next game, he throws a 10.5. And then I threw like a 6 something. And we got beat. We went 0-2 in the blind draw. But mentally, I had defeated myself before I even hit the boards. And I've been doing some mental prep as well. So what does it look like for you to be that top level player? What does it look like if you want to be a pro, which I'm not looking to be a pro. I just want to be, that top, when I say elite or a top player, better than average and do well. That's what it looks like. All right. You need to prepare yourself that you're going to be that person. That's where you're going to be at. But mentally prepare before you even hit the board. Visualize yourself winning every single time. I gave some advice that I've been, this is what I'm going into. Play the game, not the name. Okay. What do I mean by that? It's cornhole. Put the bag in the hole. Don't go into it, oh, I got to play Michael Hosang, Ken Goodhue. I got to play Tony Pena, Russell Tabers. I played against some top-level pros. And, don't go into it thinking, oh, my God, they're a pro. They're so good, and I'm going to get my butt whooped. No. Play the game, not the name, all right? But the other thing about the mental side of it is there's a lot of weight because there's so many boards. I mean, I think they had 40 boards, 40 sets, but for over 200 something people, that's really not enough. There's a lot of waiting in between games, so and there's no boards to practice on. They've got them all full with games going. When like the seniors, juniors, and female and women's division is playing, and then they go into the co-ed. After that, there is boards to play. So what we did is we played cash games, and I come out like $5 to the, I lost like $5, but that's okay. So with that said, I go and I play pros is what I do. That's what I went up and played with them and played against them. Myself and my partner and I, we went and played, had a great time. We threw bags all day Thursday, all day long. We were throwing, and it's a long day of throwing. But on Saturday, you're sitting. If you don't, when you win, and I say when you get into playing in the singles play, you go into doubles, then singles. But doubles play, if you win your first 2 games, you're automatically into the main bracket. If you lose one, then you got to win 2 more or 3 more to get into main bracket. So we're going to get into the tier play here in just a minute. And I guess I've heard people say that that's their main goal. If they don't make tier main bracket, they're just like, I don't care. Well, okay, fine. You're tier 2, tier 3. There was a lot of pros who didn't make main bracket. They did not play well, and they went, they didn't get into main, and they left. They left after singles. And they were calling their names. They're like, where are they at? And they said, they're out. They left. So I could probably tell you 10 to 12 who just didn't make it. And they went home. They took their toys and went on home. There was a lady who got the tier 5 first place. The dirty secret, she didn't play a game. Not one game. She was the only person in tier 5, and they gave her the plaque. It's a small one. I mean, it's about, it's probably 8 inches around. But they gave her the plaque, and she was all happy and whatnot. But that's one of the dirty little secrets in there. But the other one I want to go to is don't beat yourself up for your play in between games. I know there were several people that threw way worse than they're capable of. I was one of them, and there are people who just beat themselves up And I mean, they're like, I can't believe I hate this game. I'm going to quit. No, you're not. No, you're not. You'll be back tomorrow. You love the game. It's why you're here. You know that you're capable of that. Don't beat yourself up. Stop hurting yourself because you've already beat yourself for the next game. So I'm going to tell you, going to these majors, it's not the mechanics. It's not. It's the mental. It is right between the corn ears, if you want to put it that way, between the corn ears. All mental. There was something that happened. Somebody had a distraction and they just lost it on somebody. And there was somebody being distracting. And they stopped their play and went over and said, would you stop? You're being distracting to me. Okay, sometimes we got to turn our focus around and play the game itself and not worry about everything else. I have that big problem as well. So play your game. If you're a block and push guy or a block and roll, then play it. I'm still trying to exactly figure that out. I caught myself blocking, which my wife, my cheerleader coach, she was, busting my chops. Why are you putting a block up? And that's my old way. Instead of I need to just run back. It was right in front of the hole. And then I'd hit it and it'd bounce and go left to right. And that's what I would lose 2 points. So play your game. Don't beat yourself up. Have fun and hurt feelings. If you beat somebody, you send them home. Okay, you just hurt somebody's feelings. But have fun at this game. You know how to have fun. Relax. It's just a game, honestly. It's just cornhole, put in the bag. It's an easy game. It's 27 feet. It's the same for females, juniors, as it is everybody else. Seniors, it doesn't make a difference who you are. It's just throw in the bags. Have fun with it. I played against Hoppy in one game, and we had an absolute blast. He was with Frank Gears and my partner Ryan Patterson, Patty Cake. We started talking smack. Like, they don't want it. They don't want it as bad as we do. And but it was fun. We had a good time. Now they beat us. They come back, and that's on me. I got cocky. I'll be honest, and I didn't throw my bags correctly. Ryan carried us. Thank you, Patty Cake. And but I was playing against Hoppy, and he really stepped his game up. I mean, he started dogging me. We had him beat. Should have beat him. That would have put us into the main, but it was do or die, and we lost. But it is what it is, right? And then so the other thing is, like, if you're like my level, which myself and Ryan, we're in a 7.5 average of PPR. We're going to get into that main. We're going to play against high level players, so you really need to step your game up. You do. If you want to win, and this is where there's another dirty little secret. The dirty secrets of this is, number one, they only pay the top 8 players in tier 1 in main bracket. That's it. Nobody else gets money. Top 8, that's it. On everybody else down, hey, thanks for coming. Thanks for your donation. You get into tier 2, 3, 4, or 5, you don't get anything. All you get is a plaque if you win, if you get first, second, or third. I don't think they give a plaque for 4th place. That's just first, second, third. But like this one here at Toledo, there was so many people playing in singles that they split it up into 2 brackets of the main. So that means out of that, there was 8 players, the top 4 out of bracket A, top 4 out of bracket B, then played in they built another separate tournament, and those people they're guaranteed money, and they would play for the championship. Seniors, nope. They're paying the top ones for that. I think it's top 4. Don't quote me on that one. That one I don't know for sure, but I think it's top 4. Same thing in juniors and women's, and co-ed also. So if you're gonna go there expecting to make money, you got to finish in the top 8 in the ACO. Dirty secret. It's not, when I say it's not a secret, but it is just the truth. Anything else, you're gonna get a plaque or a wooden trophy, which is fine. Okay, you got your bracket, or you won your tier. Great. So the other thing is points. If you don't make main bracket, you don't get main bracket world points. If you get into tier 2, or tier 3, you get tier 2, tier 3 points. It doesn't count towards your world's singles or world's doubles unless you make main bracket. Just note that. And here's the big one. This is the one I wanted to. This is I want to say the dirty little secret that I don't think everybody's really figured out. We figured it out in Toledo. So here you go. If you stayed on to the end of this and watch this, here's the dirty little secret. Okay, Frank Gears has said that you can play up, but you can't play down. So what that means is this. So if you're playing and you don't make main bracket and you get put into tier 3, which at Toledo, there was 90 something players that made tier 3. Tier 2 only consisted of 10 people. Now, it's 835 and above. All right. And that didn't make the main bracket. It was 10 people. So if you have a good average, or what I did, I'm a 7.5. I said, you know what? I want to play against the top level players. I didn't come here to lay up. That's what I went and told them. So listen, I came here to play. I came here to play against top level players. That's what I've been doing in cash games and whatnot in between rounds. I want to play up to tier 2. And they were asking me, are you sure? You realize that these players are this, go do finish your business in tier 3 and then move up to tier 2. And I'm like, no, I didn't come here to do that. So anybody can play up. You can't play down. So if you're in tier 4, you can move up to tier 3. If you're in tier 3, you can move up to tier 2. I don't know if you can go into tier 1 main bracket if you make tier 2. I don't know that answer. I don't think so. I think you could go from tier 3 to 2, or 4 to 3 and 3 to 2. Don't quote me on going from tier 2 to tier 1. I don't know that answer. But what I did is I went up and I went to the desk, myself, Brock, and Brandon. We all went, all three of us, and another gentleman, there's 4 of us, that went up to the desk and said, hey, we want to move up to tier 2. Are you sure? Yes. No cost. Just you're playing against top level players. However, there's 90-something players in tier 3, 70-something, 60-something players in tier 4, and 10 players in tier 2. May the odds ever be in your favor. So we played the odds. I got whooped. I mean, I drew my first draw out. That's random. Was a gentleman who he has a average PPR of 9.2. He had an SPR of 70.25. I'm a 60 SPR. Guess what? I mean, he beat me, but it was on me. There was 2 rounds where he threw a 12 and I threw a 4. So I gave up 8 points twice. I gave up 16 points in two rounds. But then the other one, he threw a 3 and I threw a 12. So I got 9 back on him. I just couldn't. I was like at the end of the day, and so I went. It's a single elimination in the tier play. Single elimination. So don't think unless you're in the main bracket, you're going to be a double elimination. Everything else singles. Any other tiers is single elimination play. Just note that. All right. So we got out of there early, and we were able to leave. But the other players were there till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock that night in tier 2, tier 3, and 4. So there's only a certain number of boards to play. And in singles, it takes a lot longer to play out in singles. So if you're not top 8, you're not in main bracket, you're not getting any money. Everything else is just for attaboy, and a plaque if you win. So just note that. But kind of recap, it's 2 long days of cornhole. Prepare mentally and physically. Be ready to be there for 2 long days. Food, drinks, chairs, relax, go for walks, stay hydrated, stay nourished, but stay out of your own head. That's the biggest one right there. Okay. Hey, thanks guys for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you at Spooky Nook. It's a super major, so there's gonna be a lot more people there. So I know there's pros that are only hitting the small majors just to get their points, and then they'll go to the bigger ones. I'm not. I'm gonna hit the big ones. I do have one small one. I think it's gonna be small in Duluth, and then hopefully Dallas one is big. But I'm gonna hit Dallas in December, and then Duluth in April. I don't know if I'm going to go to South Bend. It's still up in the air yet. I got to see if I can get my time off work. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Like, subscribe, and share. Appreciate you. God bless. We'll see you on the boards. Stay down the middle.